What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another SLA video. All right, folks, we have ourselves a topic that's been going on for quite some time. Will the light team be able to beat hard mode? That's been the rampant topic going on. Now, we all know fire obviously is going to melt the crap out of it, but there's a lot of us who can't get the fire team ready before hard mode comes out, and many people are asking, hey, Payne, is it possible that we can do hard mode with the light team? So I'm going to answer this question the best I can with a little bit of an example. Okay, so one of the main reasons why the fire team does so well here is because their defense penetration. So a lot of people have been asking, Payne, what if I build my Thomas with defense penetration? Will it make a difference versus having non-defense pen? Okay, so I went ahead and did that for you guys. I went ahead and built my Thomas right over here. You guys can see him. He's got 27k defense, but he's got himself the arm set, which if you don't know what the arm set does, at 4 sets, it does ignore the target's defense by 18%, and also boosted him with as much defense penetration as possible, almost like 30% right now, to see if it actually does make an impact versus how it was before with his old set. So we're going to do a comparison, guys. We're going to do a little bit of a comparison between the old set versus the new set and see which one is more viable for finishing hard mode. Okay, now remember, this is my free-to-play account. I have completed normal mode with my free-to-play account. It was no problem at all. I still have plenty of time left on both other bosses. This boss specifically, though, does kind of give you the hardest trouble, this boss being the first boss, because of the increase in defense buff that it offers himself, obviously, right? So let's go ahead and try this out and see if we can get this done. So these are the stats, just so you guys can see here. 96% precision, 52% defense, so 27k. This could definitely be a little bit higher, but hey, that's the gear that I have. 50% critical hit rate, critical hit damage is 186, and then we have ourselves 29% of the defense penetration, and then 10% damage increase. Okay, so we're gonna test this out. I'm not gonna beat the boss. I'm just gonna see how far we can get at 1:30 in terms of health wise, and then we're gonna go ahead and try to see what happens when I put the curse set on, which gives way more defense and better stats overall, to see if it actually does make a bigger impact, or if it does, the same, if it has the same results or not. So let's see if building Thomas as defense pen is viable and if it will be doable for hard mode with that setup or not. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and jump in. We luckily actually got a WOBL ticket for free today, which was amazing because I didn't have any left. I thought I was gonna have to wait till next week to do this test because I didn't want to do it on my pay to win. It's just too much easier to see it's too hard to see the difference, really. I think this will be the best way to do it. Okay, so we're gonna jump in normal mode and we're gonna go ahead and put the team together. One thing I do have to note, all right, and then here we're gonna go back, jump in, and see how we do. All right, this is the setup, 105.3. We're still above, so that's good. And now we're gonna see. Now remember, hard mode, obviously the combat power will be much higher, so you're gonna have to deal with that aspect of things. But let's see what happens. We're gonna try to do a little bit of damage. Again, with 1:30 left, I'm hoping I'll see where we're at for health, and then we'll jump in and do the other mode as well. Okay. All right, let's first off break him as usual. So we're not gonna change that aspect. We're gonna keep that the same. And we'll try to record some numbers here as well, just to kind of see some damage, maybe an alt, a basic attack, etc. Right? Just again, so we have something to work with. There we go. Okay, now bringing in Thomas. Okay, 192898. Again, waiting for 1:30. Okay, we're gonna see how it looks. I can pretty much tell, for the most part, how he's doing in comparison, just because I've done this so many times. But we can even compare just another live stream, even just to kind of see how it looks. There we go. Bring Thomas back in. I mean, it's not looking too bad, guys. Do this again. Alt. And he's gonna go into the next phase. Okay. So 2 minutes and 37 seconds left. We got him into the first phase. There we go. Gonna break. Do full rotation. Now before we summon him, I'm gonna go ahead and bring Min in again. Okay, here, and then we're gonna go jump in. Okay, let's see if this goes through. Alright, we're gonna do this before it goes away. So we got him into the second phase with a minute 40 left. Okay, so second phase with a minute 40 is actually pretty good. Pretty good. So that's actually a very good, that's a very good number to have. Okay, so let's just stop here. So we'll say a minute 40 for second phase. Okay, a minute 40 for second phase with these specific stats in place right now. Okay, so there you guys go. So you guys at least get a chance to see how this looks. Now let's go ahead and put on the curse set, which has way less defense penetration, and see if it actually does make a semi-impact on this whole thing, or if it's worse or if it's better. Okay, so a minute 40 for second phase, minute 41 even. We can give ourselves a couple more seconds. With the margin of error, it could even be better, to be honest. So let's see. Now, of course, the biggest impact here is going to be the fact that you have to keep in mind that combat power will play a difference. So when you equip your armed set, you're going to have to deal with lower combat power than you would with your curse set. So that might, of course, make an impact as well too, depending on who you're using and how you're using it. So let's go ahead and put on defense pen here. So let's take a look at the stat difference now. Okay, so you guys can see 1064, a little bit higher. If we go back to stats, 22% defense pen versus 29, and then of course taking away that whole 18% extra. But our defense did go up by 2,000, right? So that it will impact it as well. And then of course the fact that you get damage increase from curse. So let's see what this looks like now in comparison to what it looked like with armed on. Okay. So a minute, we're looking at phase 2, a minute 40. That's the idea. And I don't even think I summoned my shadows once that whole battle, so definitely could be doable, guys. Oh, let's start again. I messed up rotation there. Alright, let's see if we can do this. Now remember, I don't think I summoned my shadows once even that fight, so that's another thing to keep in mind. So I'll do a full run after this just to show you guys what it looks like with armed again, once we get the numbers here. So I won't summon my shadows just like I didn't summon there before. I think the only thing I summoned last one was the Monarch, right? Baron. And that was it. Okay, there's the break. Go ahead with Min. Okay, here we go. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Okay, gotta bring he back in. Do the usual damage that I do. So you guys can see I'm trying to make sure that the actual setup here is exactly the same. We don't have any discrepancies from what it looked like before. So I'm using Min, I'm getting punishment up. You know, just making sure that the same rotation is there. Go, ultimate. Okay, we're going to go into the next phase very shortly. There's the ultimate. There we go, next phase. So 240 with the next phase. I think we're pretty close, guys. Now the reason why Yusuyun and all these guys do so well, of course, outside of having that extra fire damage buff on it and all that stuff, is they're built to have defense penetration, like an abundance of it, right? So, oops, I summoned my shadows there. Shouldn't have done that. I don't think I summoned my shadows once the other fight. It's okay. We'll take that into account. Alright, come back in. Let's see, we're almost at a minute 40 already. And I don't think we're in the next phase yet. Or we're close. Yeah, no, we're close. It's pretty much the same, guys. Pretty much the same. I might have been a tad bit faster with armed. I'm gonna do armed again. I think I need to redo it to retest it. Yeah, I think we need to retest it. Retest it again, guys. So about the same. About the same. So more defense pen actually didn't end up doing too much of a difference. It wasn't from what we just saw there. Okay, so let's go back in again. And we'll do a full run this time. And again, just watch the time frame, okay? Armed. 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 And armed. Okay. So, going back in. Same as before. We're still above the power threshold, right? So, still good there. Alright guys, let's jump in here, full arm set. Let's see us do a much better job this time around. I feel like we can get a really good score here with this defense pen, so let's see what we can do. Or maybe it'll be the same and, you know, back to the drawing board we go. But let's see what happens. We're gonna go ahead and beat him up a little bit here. It breaks coming up. So again, do the full min rotation. Oh, I messed up there again. Bring min back in. Cast his ult. You definitely want to get that ult in before you switch out to Thomas. Okay, there we go. Now full rotation on Thomas. And you guys can see this time around we got ourselves our shadows, so we're good in that regard. And you want to make sure that punishment continues to stay up as much as you can, right? You can see it's already going away here. Make sure it doesn't go away all the way. So again, full rotation with Thomas. Going in with an ult. Before that's gone. And this should push us to the next phase. There we go. Alright, so 259, guys. Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good, I have to say. Alright, here we go. Next phase. Bring in the clowns. The clown show, the shadow show. Okay, got all of our buffs in. Again, full rotation. Alright, here we go, guys. Let's see what we can do here. Get the next phase quickly and, you know, push out as much damage as we can. Now make sure you watch the ultimate, okay guys? That's the most important thing again. Don't let it run out. Look at that, 204. We got him into the next phase. Pretty damn good, guys. 204. Much better than last time. Okay, here we go. Gonna bring in the shadows. Again, going full rotation. And I mean, there's a lot of room for improvement here in terms of stats, right? So that's the beauty here of this setup. Watch the ultimate. Alright guys, here we go. A minute 20 still left, right? So we still got a lot of time. Let's kill him off here. So with a minute left, again, with some margin of error, obviously, it's looking better. It's looking much better. So again, margin of error with a minute left. I think that's pretty damn good. So clearly shows that defense pen is in fact a pretty plausible way to go about this. If we take a look at, let's take a look at my last run from my live stream and see how that looked. Right, my last run from my live stream, and see how much time was left over there. This is another good indication. My first live stream, I know I had like, I think about a good 25 seconds left. If we run this live stream, let me just double check it here, guys. We'll see how much time was left over, and we can get a better general sense of the first boss right here. I think it's called 338. Look at this. So this is from yesterday. This is from yesterday, okay? You guys can see in the live stream from yesterday, I had 338 left with the Hazy Tomb of the Dead. And this time I have 302. So I shaved off a good 20 seconds, 30 seconds here. Yeah, 30 seconds, right? 38 versus 02. So even more, 35, 38, 36 seconds. So probably even more, probably 40 seconds shaved off with this run versus the curse run that I did. And if we look at the first run I ever did, it's even crazier. So there you guys go. Defense pen actually does work fairly well. Arm set does actually work fairly well. Again, if I can get myself a better arm set with more defense, Thomas might actually be able to rip through hard mode. Again, time will tell, right? That's going to be the big part of it. And not to mention the combat power is a significant part of it. Because right now I'm at 1 million. I'm over the 1 million mark, but hard mode might actually be the toughest one. But again, keep in mind that hard mode might in fact, the hardest part of hard mode might in fact just be this specific stage, and then the rest might be easy enough to do. And not to mention, I've never ever once had a blessing. So there you guys go. Pretty good results with arms. So if you are looking to try something different, try armed out. Maybe that will help you guys beat the content. I haven't had a chance to really try it until today, and I'm actually pretty happy with the results. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.